Good morning. Hope y'all are doing well. Apologize for being late. It's just been a really crazy week. I got the kids at home. Son don't start school until the end of the month. And then my wife injured her foot, so she's at home too. So running a little late, getting everybody coordinated and situated and whatnot. So we're going to play some more Final Fantasy 2. We're just going to continue where we left off. We need to buy some more magic. I think we got all the equipment. And then we need to move on to Poft, I believe is the next town's name. Alright. So the next spells are 300. So if you were not here yesterday, make sure you check out yesterday's video. But the Empire had attacked Fynn, and the main characters are the first top three. Minwu's a secondary character. Their parents were killed during the fight, and their brother Leon went missing. And so they basically joined up with the rebel army, and we need to get some mithril so we can get stronger equipment to fight the Empire with. Somebody was supposed to be researching that, and they haven't heard from them for a while, so we need to go check them out. And that's kind of what the story quest is at the moment. If you bear with me, I'm still finishing breakfast. We spent time increasing Maria's hit points by hitting her. She's now at 200, and Firion is now at 172. Now he's under and needs to go up. Well, that was worth the time. 4 gil. My 1 spell. Alright, his pure magic is at level 3. Alright, let's go to the inn. Hey, how's it going? Sit down. You sit down and the streamer stands up. Yeah, I was finishing up breakfast. I was just moving the plate out of the way. You're late again? That's perfectly okay. So am I. Perfectly okay, since so am I. Alright, let's see here. Let's get Bill. You should have all of them. Now we need to get some for Firion. While the moving scroll is getting to my head today, I'll be 99% off and only. Hey, I understand. Really love the music in 2. I've said that many times before. Yeah, it's pretty good. PSP version has its own awesome style. I'm used to the Game Boy Advance version of the music. How the music in the ones I've played up to about 9. After that, it gets a little too diverse for me to say I love it. Still like it mostly, though. Huge fan of the soundtracks in Game Boy Advance. They have their own personal style to them because they were forced to be hardware that's slightly weaker, yeah. Don't count 8 either because I wiped that partially playthrough out of my memory. Enumerate the ways, but we don't have time for that. I can share with you my issues with 8. Overall, I don't mind 8. My biggest issue, 1, story. They're all from the same orphanage. Every single character is related in some way or another. Like, what? Did you not have enough time to come up with separate backstories? You had to make them all from the same orphanage. Even Sid is from the same orphanage. It has one good thing, IMO, and that's the silly card game. Yeah, the card game's actually kind of fun. It's not like we're doing anything in this chat. Rufus is the one that's making his group more powerful. Because I don't like talking about things I don't like. Yeah. So my issue with 8 is the story. You know, they're all from the same place instead of being separate. That's kind of like what? And then I don't like how they did the weapon system. In order to upgrade your weapons, you have to find a magazine and you have to find the parts. And when I played it, I probably got halfway through the game and never upgraded any of my weapons. It's like, what's the point of upgrading weapons? If you don't, 1, you don't really need to, and 2, you can't find the shit to do it with. I did kind of like the music in 8. The card game was fun. The CG scenes were kind of fun. The car thing was kind of fun. You could drive around with a car instead of a chocobo. I will be back in a few minutes. Thunder. Fire! Fire, I think, was a little stronger. Piece of... We're not too hard. And not if she can kill him. He gets to attack multiple times, huh? That's okay. He didn't run away. He didn't even run away. Oh, fuck. What? How are we still moving around? But see, I cast re-raise on two people. Celeste and Terra. Terra died. Celeste did not die until that last move. How are we? Well, that brings back memories. Yeah, I think we need about 900 to get all three spells. Ouch. Oh, the artist. Somebody's hit me so far. That didn't kill me. Those bombs hit me pretty hard, didn't they? All right, so if you're missing, if you're watching and you missed it, in this game you can kind of create your own kind of class setup, or you can just make everybody a jack of all trades kind of thing. So what I've done is Firion's going to be like a paladin character, sword and shield, heavy armor, and white magic. She's going to be like a red mage, so she's going to use a sword and white and black magic. He's just going to be a warrior, no magic at all. It's there, but there's no magic. And he's a secondary character. He's not going to stay with us throughout the game, but they've said that he's a white mage, and so obviously he's got white magic. And the one thing I'm going to have to remind myself doing is because in this game, you level up according to how you fight and what you use. So even though I didn't really need Blink or Protect, I can't level it up and make it stronger for later unless I use it while I'm building up. Oh, almost lost my tea. Almost tipped it over. We don't want to tip tea over on electronics, do we? You're at level 3, you're at 2, you're at 2. That's only at level 1. I'm not exactly sure what amnesia does. Stop. I did it again, y'all. Did it again. It's a good thing she killed him. What, the last boss from this game? I've actually never beat the game. I got fairly far in it on the PlayStation 1 version. So I don't really know anything about the last boss of Final Fantasy 2. Welcome to the chat, Hugo. I hope you're doing well. Have you played Final Fantasy II, or is this kind of new to you? Almost 900. Oh, you have to sort it yourself. They don't have an auto sort. Alright, so we got all the spells and armor and whatnot. Now we just need a little bit of money to pay for the ship ride. Of course, we could also walk, technically. I played this game a lot in the Nesticle emulator back in '99. Let's see. I played it a little bit on my Nintendo emulator. I got like was it Virtua NES? It was a little buggy. But then I played it again when they released it on PlayStation 1. They give you Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2. And I played it for a while, and I got fairly far. I don't know how exactly far, because I've never finished the game before. We'll get like 100. I'm not 100% sure how much the boat ride costs. All right, let's see how much it is. Oh, it's only 32. Just board the ship in front of town and off you go. Technically, you could walk and get money and level up and whatnot, but it's nice to at least go for the boat ride once, right? Like getting on a ferry. Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy III was officially released here in the West for NES. It was never officially released. No, they screwed up the numbers, actually. Final Fantasy II was actually Final Fantasy IV, and Final Fantasy III was actually Final Fantasy VI. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't a screw up. Maybe that was them just being pissed because they didn't release it here or something. I don't know. But yeah, the numbers were a little off. And then when PlayStation came out, they kind of set it right. Alright, we're in Poft. This is the port of Poft. Salaman is to the north, and to our east is Bofsk. I'm gonna butcher names, so don't be too critical. Let's see here. We got the inn. Don't really need to stay there at the moment. There's the pub. We're gonna come back to that. Have you seen the airship? It belongs to a fellow named Sid, who lives right here in Poft. He's the only one around who can fly it. Let's see, it's the same weapons. No big deal. Looking for Sid? He's probably over in the pub. I hear a few gil will get you a ride on the airship of his. In the end of the 90s, the emulation was a piece of gods for us West gamers, especially we South Americans. Yeah. You know, part of the issue you get, I know you have the legalities behind emulators and whatnot, but my thing is some of these games are old and you're not going to find them anymore. So I completely support emulating, and I don't feel that it should be a legal issue because the games are retro, they're old, you can't find them. You might occasionally find places that want to, you know, sell the digital format for like $100, and I'm like, well, what? Why would I pay $100 when you can get a brand new game for $60? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It's just somebody trying to make a lot of money is all that is. Like, I know for a while, I think Final Fantasy VII was like $100 on PlayStation 4 if you went to the PlayStation Store, and some of the other ones are the same or something like that. But that's the end of town. Let's see. I'm gonna say that's the end of town too. The barrels are marking the exit. You folks looking for a ship? It's 32. Okay, I have to go back to where we were. Guys, give me just a second. I gotta go deal with my kids. Alright. First Final Fantasy who I ever played was Final Fantasy 1 for NES back in '96. 1 year later, in '97, I meet the Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, first the Japanese version. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 was like my first PlayStation 1 game. We got the PlayStation for Christmas, and our first games was Final Fantasy 7 and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And the funny thing is, we were so used to Nintendo, where you just save on the game, you know, the cartridge. We didn't have the memory card, so we're playing Final Fantasy 7, and we had no way of saving it. So it's just like we played as long as we possibly could until we were able to get a memory card. Bosk, the city to our east, is under the control of the Empire. They're building something terrible there. Same thing, says the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. I will say they could have added a little bit more dialogue here. Can I interest you folks in a ride on Sid's Pride and Joy, the only airship of its kind in all the world? No matter how far, we'll have you to your destination in the blink of an eye. Of course, transportation of this fine caliber comes at a cost. We'll come back. And then you say the same thing. You're the bartender. You're supposed to say something else. You here to ride the airship? If you got the cash, there's no place I can't take you. You want on the airship, you pay the guy behind me. How much? Oops. I hit the button too fast. Alright, so Bask's 100, Salaman's 200, and Summit Falls is 300, 400, 500. Wow. We're supposed to go to Salaman, but we don't have 200. So I guess we'll just walk. That's up to the end of disc 1 if you're careful to never turn off the console, yeah. Alright, let's save it. And they said Salaman's to the north. Soldier. That was, let's see, that was a Brazilian gaming magazine, The Gamers, who in the end of the 90s published the tablet of names and words in Japanese, English, and Portuguese. I don't know how tough this guy actually is. Not that tough. Okay, we're as far north as we can go. We have to go either right or left. I don't have a map. I think that might be where I want to go. Maybe we'll get new equipment too. Let's see. Salaman. Item store's open. Look at all that snow. I don't think we brought winter clothes. In those times, any American magazines still do it. My only experience with 2 and 3 were fan translations of ROMs, and I didn't play then very long, a few hours. Yeah, I got a few ROMs that were the same way. I had to find the translations and download the translations, and they're not perfect translations by far. Then I got a bunch of ROMs. Unless I deleted them. I don't think I deleted them, but I got a bunch of ROMs that I still don't have translations for. I just downloaded them hoping I could find them at some point, and, well, you know, time went by. Alright, so we can get life, sap, warp, and teleport. Banishes foe to another dimension or transports party to previous floor. Banishes foes to another dimension or transports party out of dungeon. I have anything to sell? Dan translations, I was like, where's Woosley? But nope, out of there. The Gamer's Brazilian magazine was a true masterpiece in the end of the 90s. Yeah, there was a lot of nice gaming magazines back in the day. I remember Nintendo Power. There was another one. I had the strangest dream last night. I was chasing this flame around, but then lost sight of it at the fork in the road. When I finally caught it, I woke up. Alright, so we still got the same armor, except for bronze armor. Armor made of bronze. We got copper dress. But it seems it's the same as bronze. Okay, well, I guess what we'll do is we'll give the Paladin and the warrior dude there the bronze armor. So it seems like they're slightly different. I remember the 90s, we had gotta have it Pepsi points and Camel Cash. Yes. I definitely remember the Pepsi points. And from what I heard, there was a little legal issue with the Pepsi points. In the commercial, it said if you had this number of points, you can get a fighter jet. And somebody actually got the points. And obviously they weren't being serious, so they couldn't give him the jet, and so he sued the shit out of him. Eventually, Final Fantasy V released on Game Boy Advance and PlayStation 1. Bart Klauser is one of the main characters. And before those versions of 5, there were various versions made by fans floating around the internet. Some guys from Gamers Magazine stuff was really fluent in Japanese buddies. Yeah. I have enough troubles with my own language, let alone trying to learn other languages. In Final Fantasy V versions made by fans, they called Bart Klauser butts. Yeah. Someone didn't get the points, they bought the points because they gave the option to pay $1 value for points. Probably. It was just a legal entanglement cash grab. Greatest Japanese colony are in Brazil, Sao Paulo. I'm sorry. I'm not great at pronunciation here. Okay, so we can get some new swords. We can get a battle axe, and then there's a longbow. So we can get some new weapons. Americans see any accent mark over a letter and we freak out. That's right, we do. Like, how the hell do I pronounce it? Summit Falls is beyond the mountain range to the south of Salaman. That's where the Empire's been mining its mithril. Very important we remember that word. The Empire's enslaved the men of Salaman and forced them, to work in the cave at Summit Falls. Please, you have to help them. That's the sanctuary. In case we get knocked out. I love Joseph, but I know that when I'm around, I just get in his way. How depressing. You have business with me? You're here for Lady Hilda, a little short in the tooth, aren't you? You kids can't fool me. Mithril, I haven't found any yet. I do have a few leads, but don't plan on sharing what I do know with a bunch of perfect strangers. I'm gonna need you to do a little something to prove you are who you say you are. There are a bunch of people from Salaman who are being forced to work in the cave at Summit Falls. Rescue them and we'll talk. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to fight to get money, and we're going to learn new magic and get new weapons. Ow! Even more. Ah, they're stronger. One of my very preferred Square games from the 90s is the Front Missions franchise, yeah. I don't think I've ever played it, but I remember it being out. Need to head out early today, have a good stream. Thanks for coming, Valerian. I hope you have a good day. Goblin guards. I just love those giant robots fighting one another. Yeah. Another fairly good one, if you're into like the mech kind of stuff, old school games, Xenogears is pretty fun. Oh, he missed. That's okay. He did it. Magic's getting low, though. Other money, 700. Well, that magic in there is expensive, though. $90 gil. I somehow feel I should have gotten more gil for that number of enemies. I gotta remember, how do you increase your magic points in this? Do you have to heal magic with like items to do it? Or do you just... Because their magic points hasn't really been going up, even when they're using magic. You have an interesting story about the accent marks. There's also strategical RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics and Ogre Tactics, yeah. I think the armor was 300, so... That must be the cave we gotta go to. Ambushed. But he's putting up a fight. Was putting up a fight. Zoe Kravitz was born garlic. Damages the undead, obviously. Zoe Kravitz was born in LA. The government of California never allows special letters with accents. Therefore, Kravitz, California driver's license calls her Zoe, which I think is still supposed to be Zoe? I don't know. Yeah. Insists that her name is however, the government of California insists that her name is, yeah. Some of those monsters seem to have some Phantasy Star from Sega inspiration. Could very well be. Or vice versa. Final Fantasy II released in '88. When did Phantasy Star game release? Probably close. I have Phantasy Star on some of my emulators. It's a little different. Goblins give you good money. Let's see, the first Phantasy Stars from '87 in Japan. Okay. Well, you know, the one thing that we've learned over the years is they all copy it from each other, so... They may well be, or vice versa. I have an interesting story about the Wade Wilson's very first appearance in DC Comics a few months before Wade Wilson's very first appearance in Marvel Comics. Yeah, DC and Marvel, they've copied each other a lot too. I know in the beginning you had Squaresoft and you had Enix, and they were big rivals for the longest time. And then at some point they decided to merge, and it created Square Enix. So I guess that's how you do away with your competition, huh? First appearance in Marvel Comics. Yeah, I think Marvel's probably bigger than DC. I never really read the Deadpool comics, but I did watch the Deadpool movies. I feel Ryan Reynolds is hilarious as Deadpool. Honestly, don't like psycho characters. Yeah. Those facts about the government of California are hilarious to me. Well, I think part of the issue is our keyboards do not come with accent mark keys by default. There's some kind of special code or something you're supposed to hit in. And so that might have something to do with it. A matter of laziness on their part. I guess. Honestly, the only way to find out is to ask them. Alright, let's see. We're good there. We're good there. We're good there. We're good there. I could give Minwoo the bow and put him in the back row, but he hasn't really been getting hit that much either. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, different states do different things. If my memory's correct, several years ago, North Carolina passed the law. Okay, you know, you got your driver's license. And in America, it's in the back of the car. Some other countries, they put them in the front of the car or both. But here it's got to be the back of the car. And you could buy license plate frames, which basically frame your license plate. A lot of car dealerships put them on there to advertise with their dealership. And then, you know, other people advertise other things or just decoration. And then North Carolina passed this law that if you get the license plate frame, it can't cover up the words North Carolina on your license plate, because a lot of them work. And so now you can get pulled over. And that's, you know, obviously up to the police officer. He's going to decide whether or not to pull you over or not. But they can pull you over if that frame covers up the name of North Carolina. As silly as that is. Just like they got another law I didn't know about until I had moved. If the address on your driver's license doesn't match the address on your registration, you can be fined over $100. For some reason, your driver's license has to match the registration. So leveling up thunder. So yeah, states sometimes come out with funny rules, laws, whatever. They used to have a TV show several years ago where they actually talked about some of the silly laws that were made and are still technically in effect, but nobody even really knows that they exist. If my memory is correct, and it's been a long time since I saw this show, in New York, it was illegal to sing in an elevator. You're not allowed to sing in the elevator. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think I remember something in Pennsylvania. I think it was Pennsylvania. If you passed a cow pasture, you were supposed to disassemble your car and reassemble it. Sometimes our lawmakers just make laws because they got nothing better to do. At least that's what it sounds like. They couldn't come up with anything else, and they had to validate their position. So they just make something up. You could be fined over $100 for some reason. The address on your driver's license has to be the exact same address as the one on your registration. Which state is that? North Carolina. That's insane. $100 is a huge amount of money for me. Yeah. You know, the funny part is they charge you $100 for that, but I've had 2 speeding tickets in my life. And if my memory is correct, the last one I got was only a $50 fine. Isn't that crazy? I guess that I can't move to North Carolina. And I'm sure there's like some stipulations to the registration address thing. You know, if you have more than one address, if, you know, you're obviously driving a rental car, driving, you know, somebody else's car. I've known people do that before. It's my dad's car, you know, whatever. Matter of fact, years ago, I worked as a security officer, and I used to work at this one college years ago. There was a teacher there. She had South Carolina plates, but she lived in North Carolina. And the way she got around it was the car was technically in her dad's name, who lived in South Carolina, but she was on the insurance. And part of the reason being was, at least at the time, I don't know about now, they weren't required to get an inspection on the car. Whereas in North Carolina, you're required. Or something like that. It had something to do with that. So they were trying to save money. Seems like you play a lot of RPGs. Have you ever tried something called The Last Remnant? No, I've actually never played Last Remnant, although I do have some interest in it. I remember when it came out, but I haven't gotten it. Switch, PlayStation 4, 360, and PC. I've looked at it before, but I've never played it. You were thinking about getting it for 360? Well, you'll have to tell me how it is. I'll be honest, I kind of missed my 360. I had an Xbox 360, well, still do technically, and a PlayStation 3, but I played the Xbox 360 more than the PlayStation 3, and so I got more games on the Xbox. But I kept having that red ring issue. And the first time, you know, I mailed it in and they fixed it, brought it back. And then the second time was after the warranty had expired. Alright, I think we're gonna get life. Let's see. Phoenix down. Now we have no money. None. Alright, let's see. How in the world do you increase magic points? We gotta have more than 16 magic points. I used to know a teacher who lived in South Carolina, but she lived in North Carolina. It's a hell of a commute. No. She lived and worked in North Carolina. Her dad lived in South Carolina, and the car was in her dad's name. She lived in North Carolina. She drove a car. It was a Cadillac, a fancy Cadillac with South Carolina plates. And I found out that the car was actually in her dad's name. He lived in South Carolina. She lived in North Carolina and had the car. And he bought her the car. It wasn't like she was borrowing his car. But the way the laws were between North and South Carolina, they saved money by having South Carolina plates. Because I don't know about other states, if other states have changed it, but what North Carolina does now, okay, it used to be, you know, once a year you had to get the inspection, you had to pay your taxes and renew your tags on your car once a year, okay? And it used to be separate, okay? So you inspect your car that really didn't have too much to do with registration and taxes. Then you pay your registration taxes, you put your sticker on the car, on your license plate, whatever. Now, the way North Carolina does it is they're all connected now, and you have to pay them all at the same time. Okay? So they send you a bill in the mail letting you know you need to pay your taxes and your registration, and that you need to have a inspection done on your car within 30 days. So now, instead of being able to separate it, because you used to have a separate sticker for inspection. Well, they did away with that because it's all together now. So now you have to pay the $30, $40 fee for your inspection. And then you got to pay the taxes and the registration. And so before it's all said and done, depending on the car you drive, you're paying $200, $300 all in one pop. Instead of, you know, them separating it, making it easier on you. So you'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to do my registration. That's $30, $40 this month, and it'll be $100 next month for the registration. You can't do that. All together. Teacher's license plate was a South Carolina plate. However, she lived in North Carolina. I see. Her and her family were attempting to be smart about that. Yeah. The other thing is there's loopholes in every single law. There's some kind of loophole or stipulation or something that you can get around things with. You just got to find it. He's got high defense. Higher defense. His magic defense is not all that great. Oh, we got Sasquatches. New monsters. We've got no magic points. Oh, they're not that bad. They don't have any money, that's for sure. We need more goblins. They got all the money. guess we need to level up some of his new magic too. Only worked on one. Look at all the bugs. Poisoned again. And all the goblins. They would give me like 200 gil a pop. There they are. A lot of Sasquatches. It's okay, money. Missed. Almost. About another 200, we can get another spell. Alright, his magic points increased. Maybe I just need to use a lot of magic to get the magic points up. Oh, he's almost at 300. I don't know why his hit points aren't going up as fast as the others now. It used to be Maria was behind, and now he's behind. I guess his defense so high that he's not getting hit as much. Oh, my controller. Oh, right in front of town, attacked by a Sasquatch. A Bigfoot. Alright, we're gonna go to the inn first. Wow! They had a lot of magic points to hit. For the record, Final Fantasy I on Famicom released on December 18th, 1987. Phantasy Star 1 released on December 20th, 87. Yeah, Final Fantasy I came out slightly first. Pretty close, though. Alright, we're gonna do life again. Give life to Firion. Right. That means that the very first release of Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star were released 2 days apart from each other. Got ambushed. Life's gonna be hard to level up because you gotta have a dead party member. He was toast. There goes Sid. Ambushed again. We haven't really used shell much, but we haven't really been hit with magic either. Finally, her magic went up. That's better than what it was. I guess anything is better than what it was. Okay, goblins, I need your money. You're at level 2, you're at level 2, so it's level 1. Alright, so he's at level 4 Sword and Shield. He's at level 4 Sword and Shield. Level 3 Bow. He's at level 4 Axe. Level 3 Staff. Alright, it's finally up to 300. How about that? Must have been thinking of another example. Slade Wilson's very first appearance was way before Wade Wilson's very first appearance. Yeah. Oh, they're cowards. Slade Wilson's very first appearance was in the new Teen Titans, released in 1980. Wade Wilson's very first appearance was in the New Mutants, 98, which released in 91. Alright, this is what we're going to try to do. We're going to go in the cave and see if we find anything that's got better money. Is this one of the bonus dungeons, maybe? We were talking about earlier? That apparently is not the cave I need to go into. It's the Arcane Labyrinth, northwest corner. A visionary vocabulary. Tell me your terms, and I'll tell you what the future might hold for you. Firion, the power this word holds does not bode well for you. Maria, the power this word holds does not bode well for you. Guy, the power of this word holds does not bode well for you. That appears most auspicious for you. Power this word holds does not bode well. Not bode well. Not bode well. Portends quite well for you indeed. Power does not bode well. Does not bode well. Not bode well. Seem rather promising for you. Okay. Known as the Arcane Labyrinth. I've been studying it, but to no great avail. Would like to hear what little I've learned? Sure. This is a peculiar labyrinth in that much of it is sealed by words. Certain words alter the composition of floors to reflect their meaning. The labyrinth is made of interconnected layers, and at the very bottom await ferocious monsters. In order to forge ahead, you will need to break seals with words. Break the seals and make it the bottom, and then you will be able to return to the surface. Make sure you're up to the task if you plan on going forward. Once you enter, there's no turning back and no means of recording your progress. The only other thing I know about are the words. Effective words vary in relation to other words. The word used to reach a floor and the word used to leave it combine to change things for the better or for the worse. Sometimes they change nothing at all. The effects of words also vary in relation to whom they are said. This doesn't affect the labyrinth, but it is connected to something else. That is all I know right now. Well, we're not going to worry about that. Magic increased, yay! Fynn moves up to 400 hit points. The hit points is going up pretty quickly now, at least for some of them. Increased agility. Oh, I think we can get some money out of these guys. So it's okay. We might be able to get another spell. Ambushed by a giant bird. We've been hit. Alright, hit points went up. Maybe this cave is where we gotta go over here. There's a cave right there. That might be where we need to go. Let's see. Sap reduces foes' magic. Warp, banish foes to another dimension, or transports party to previous floor, and this is right out of the dungeon. Does it reduce their magic, or does it absorb their magic? Guess we'll find out. Alright, let's see if we can stay at the end. Yeah, barely, but we can. Well, we can't go up the waterfall. We gotta keep walking. Ambush. Oh, yep, this is where we gotta go. Oh, look at all the goblins. That was some decent money there. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Which way should we go? Oh, we got balloons. Luckily, they're not as strong as the other bombs we fought. Didn't have a lot of money either. think... which way should we go? This way. Treasure, I'm glad we came back this way. Money. Could have been more, but we'll take it. I don't know if Hugo Ferris is still watching the stream. I don't know. People sometimes go in and out. I know some people watch while they're at work. I do that sometimes when it's, you know, slow. Technically, Final Fantasy 1 released 2 days before. Yeah, which means they were working on it about the same time. It just released later. Alright, there's a down. Come back to that. Plus, the monsters in this one look a little different than the first Final Fantasy. More money. Alright, what's up here? Dead end. Nothing. Alright, we're gonna go down. Another part that I love about Final Fantasy II, the group can be wandering around like it is any other day. Suddenly they get jumped by opponents that are from much later in the game. We're swimming a little bit. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Three doors. Save. There's treasure over there. And Final Fantasy 1 PSP, Game Boy Advance, the player knows that he can't even think about entering Earth's Gift Shrine, Hellfire, and so forth. Therefore, he would just stay far away from those places. Downstairs. Nothing. Monster. Monsters. Alright, we're not going to go down the stairs yet. thinking conserving magic. Contrast that with Final Fantasy II, opponents that are from much later in the game or out in the open, where they can murder children and other regular folk. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thunder. Fire! Fire, I think, was a little stronger. Piece of... They're not too hard. And not if she can kill him. He gets to attack multiple times, huh? That's okay. He didn't run away. He didn't even run away. Oh, fuck. What? How are we still moving around? But see, I cast re-raise on two people. Celeste and Terra. Terra died. Celeste did not die until that last move. How are we still playing when they're all dead? The hell is this? Yeah, bitch. Stupid power armor. Okay, that's for me. I got top of the head. I just got done saying that the rock was useless, but I was going to try to use it to get attention, and I just killed a ghoul by hitting him in the head with it by accident. Wow. I should not underestimate the rock anymore. All right, we are back. Let's see. Treasure. Ocean. Goblins. And I drops. Okay, now we can go downstairs. After we deal with him. Oh, goodness. Ooh, which way do we want to go? This way. Funny. I don't really want to use too much of magic. I'm kind of curious, does sap just reduce magic or does it absorb magic? I'm going to try it on him. They probably don't even have magic. Bridge. More doors. And that's, there's treasure in these doors. Just a monster. Oh, another one. Oh, he brought more friends this time. Help us, please. Help us, please. Alright, so this might be where we're supposed to go. So what was down? We're going to save. We're going to see what was down here. I see nothing. The dead end. Firion, it's you. You remember me, don't you? Paul, greatest thief in all the world. I'm ever glad to see you. This is Joseph's daughter, Nellie. I think that dastard Morgan... Is that supposed to be dastard or bastard? I'm gonna say bastard. Morgan's been holding her hostage to threaten Joseph. Prince Hilda told you to bring her back some mithril, right? Well, that's normally where I'd step in. I figure out this was where the mithril was coming from easy enough. So I thought I'd get the jump on you guys and nab the mithril before you could get here. Only I messed up and got caught, me of all people. Well, I know when I'm in over my head so long, but don't worry. I'll take everyone here with me. Thanks for saving us, I owe you one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Fire tone. We don't need it. I don't know. We might have to use magic on him. He's getting low on magic. Let's find out. Yep, we're gonna use magic. Oh. Which way to go? Up, down, or right? Is that supposed to be dastard or bastard? I'm gonna say that it's bastard. I'll write about dastardly actions here. If somebody says or writes about dastardly actions, they're talking about crimes and other despicable actions. Okay, so I don't think bastard would be more fitting. Dead end. Okay, there's stairs. This is a dead end. I went all the way back for nothing. A random example, obviously. I was probably talking about somebody else and calling him a noun, which is a person, place, or thing. For example, if Paul mentioned a plumber, he would say that plumber over there. Paul wanted to call him a bastard, he would have said, that bastard over there. Long bridge. Up here. Rebels, never thought I'd have to deal with your kind down here. Well, if you think you're getting mithril, you're right. My mithril blade straight through your heart. Ouch! He has hardly any magic. He's got strong armor. I got nothing to raise their attack with either, or to lower his defense. Oh, we got him. Yay. We got him through. We can't go through the waterfall. Alright, now let's go over this way. Goodness. Teleport and a monster in the box. Land turtle. Could be interesting. I don't think I have any either. Nope, no. Oh, we got him. He doesn't have teleport yet. So now, I believe we've gotten everything we can get out of here. So let's teleport out, shall we? Now, what happened to his hit points? Did that take his hit points away? There we go, that's better. An interesting story about that. Nowadays, a lot of folks call other folks creeps. For example, they say the creep over there. Well, that was expensive, 260. Reality, the correct way to use that noun is that creeper over there. The noun creep doesn't actually exist. Fact is, the correct noun is creeper. Those are facts. Oh, okay. Alright, since the men are back, let's talk. Take the mithril to Altair and give it to the princess as soon as you can. I had the strangest dream. Okay, we already talked about this. Our husbands are back safe and sound, and we have you to thank for it. Thank you so much. We owe our freedom to you. Husbands are back. We have to thank you. Take the mithril Altair as fast as you can. However, something that does actually exist is the verb that's creep, for example, to creep. No way to cross the snow on foot, you'll need a snowcraft. I've heard that Joseph keeps his snowcraft hidden on the first floor of the cavern at Cinnamon Falls. Seems to remember him saying something about a wall near Blue Stone or something like that. I love Joseph, but I know that when I'm around him, I get in his way. Thanks for saving me. It looks like you managed to save my daughter. Thank you. That cowardly Morgan had been threatening Nellie to get to me. Forgive me. If there's anything I can do to help, all you gotta do is ask. If you want to know about airships, there's a man named Sid. You should talk to him. He was a cop. I don't think there's anything he doesn't know about it. The cave behind Cinnamon Falls used to be an old mithril mine. The deepest parts of the mine still have mithril. All right, guys, that's all I got time for today. Thank y'all for coming and watching. If you are new, don't forget to hit that sub button. And if you enjoyed it, please give us the thumbs up. I'll be live again on Monday at 9 a.m. We're going to play some more Skyrim. So hopefully we'll see you next week. And I hope y'all have a great weekend.